Hi everyone, welcome to Tom's Manshed. Okay, quite a quick review from me. Quick by my standards. Still might go on a bit by your standards, but as you know, my videos are pretty long, but it will be shorter than most. I guarantee that. What it is, when I set the shed up, when I built the shed 5-ish years ago now, I put these existing downlighters in. There are 6 of them, with a dimmer, digital dimmer, a fantastic digital dimmer. Check the link up here if you haven't seen the review of that. Thoroughly recommended. And I've been quite happy for the 5 years, but just recently when I've dropped stuff on the floor and I've been looking and I've had to get a torch and that, I've just hoped for a bit more light output and something a bit brighter, because you can always dim it down, but you can't, if the bulb's not powerful enough, you can't get it even brighter. So the ones that I've got in are 345 lumen bulbs, GU10 LED dimmable lamps that I got from SCREWFIX. Let's have a look first of all at the ones that I've got on the SCREWFIX website. So these are the ones, got them ages ago. They've been totally reliable. Like I said, I've been in sort of nearly 5 years now, and they're still all working. None of them's gone. But as you can see, they are 345 lumens, 3.6 watts consumption each. That's the equivalent, 345 lumens, to a 50 watt bulb. And as usual, the massive 25,000 hour life and so on. The 2700K temperature, so they're a warm one. And I hadn't sort of realised at the time that the beam angle is 36 degrees if you look there. Now that's quite narrow, and that will be important later during testing. So they're the ones I've got at the moment that I will be replacing. So as I just said then, I didn't realise they were a 36 degree angle. They haven't sort of appeared like that, because I would have thought that's quite a narrow angle and it would be just like a spotlight and not much spread of light around it. But they've sort of filled the room with light, and it seems reasonably evenly spread. But the ones I'm replacing it with, the ones which will be going back that I'm making this, the reason I'm making this video, and the ones that I tried since then, which I'll be keeping, are both a lot wider. These are 110 degrees angle. These are 120. So I'll just show you the other 2 sets I bought before we go into the actual shots that I've taken of them with the camera, to show you the difference in light output. So the second lot I got just a couple of days ago. Like I said, they came yesterday, but they will be going back for the reason I'll tell you in a minute. Let's have a look at them on Amazon. So it was this LINKInd or LINKInd GU10 LED bulbs, dimmable. They have to be dimmable for me. 5.7 watts, 560 lumen. It says 560 lumen there, but on the box, as you'll see in a minute, it says 600 lumen. 2700 temperature, which is warm white, 110 degree spread, and it's a pack of 5. And the ones I will be keeping are these ones on Amazon. That's these GU10, that's the fitting of them there. Dimmable, warm white, 3000K, but it says 2700 on the bulb. 630 lumen, warm white bulbs, replaces 70 watt halogen bulb. And they're 120 degrees. That's a pack of 12 for $25.99. And important there, it says no flicker, and I can confirm there is no flicker from them. Now, as you saw there, it's a pack of 12. I didn't see a pack of 6. I only need 6 for in here, but I thought I'll have 6 spare and I can put them elsewhere in the house as well. But they come in two packs of 6, so they do make them as 6, but maybe I just didn't spot them. So I'll show you all the sort of difference actually looking at the lamps themselves. Now, these are the LAP ones from SCREWFIX, and you can see visibly the LEDs in it. So you can see the info there. 5 watts, GU10, 345 lumens, 36 degree spread. So that's the SCREWFIX LAP ones that I've had since the beginning. Now these ones, these LINKInd ones, again, that's the box they come in, and you can see on the box it says 600 lumens, 2700K temperature, that's warm light, and 110 degrees spread. But again, they're the sort that you can see the LEDs and the info on the side. You can just see there, GU10, 5.7 watts, 600 lumen, 2700K temperature, 110 degree spread, dimmable. That's the LINKInd ones. And finally, the ones I will be keeping, they've got like a diffuser over the top of them. You can't actually physically see the LEDs. You can see 7 watts consumption, 2700K, dimmable, 630 lumen. So a bit more lumen than the others. Now, one of the tests I was planning on doing, and I did do, until I realised why I was getting spurious results on that, was with my light meter directly under one of the lamps. And I was going to do all 3, all at exactly the same distance, with this placed on a worktop below them. But the one that was giving the highest reading on this was the weakest one, the ones I'm getting rid of. And I then realised it's because it's only a 36 degree spread. So it was putting all its light into that sort of cone. Although, like I say, it didn't look like that. There was no definite spot on the surface below. It was reasonably flooded, but these do look better. They look a more even temperature, spread of light around the room. But with doing it that method, the other ones, the more powerful ones, the brighter ones, were showing less on here. So I won't be showing that part of the test. So what I've done to test them is I've set the camera up, just using me normal Canon camera, on manual, so that it's an even playing field for all 3. If I'd have set it on automatic, the camera would have compensated for light levels in the room, and it'll look just the same on all 3. So I've left it on a manual setting. You should be able to tell the difference. I'll point out where exactly to look, and you can see the difference. I also put this right on the floor, so it's like a spread out as you can on the floor in the middle of the room. And again, I was surprised, the results you'll see for all 3. Definitely brighter for the 2 that aren't the SCREWFIX ones, but these that I'll be sending back showed a higher reading on this than the ones I'll be keeping. But these were definitely brighter to the eye. The room is brighter to the eye with these, even though they're only a few lumen more than these. These didn't seem that much brighter to the eye than the others. Okay, so let's have a look now at the footage I took of each one, all set on full. And like I said, all the camera is set on manual, and it's the same aperture, shutter speed and everything for each of them. So what you're seeing is the actual amount of light. There's no compensating by the camera. So it's just me panning around the room slowly, and I'll sort of hold it in a certain position because I want to grab a frame from that shot, and then I'm going to crop in on that frame and show you all 3 side by side, so you can have a look at the difference. Can you make your mind up? So you might want to skip this bit. It's a bit boring, but you'll see the differences better in the cropped bit, the cropped still I show you. But you will probably see the differences as I move around the room on them. And I'll show you the light meter readings as well. So let's start off with the lap ones, the LAP, the existing 235, sorry about the bleep, 345 lumen ones from SCREWFIX. These are the SCREWFIX lap ones, LAP, dimmer 100%. Okay, so I'll just freeze it here because you may be wondering why it looks so dark, and obviously all three sets of bulbs, it does not look this dark to the naked eye. Each one is enough to light the room up pretty bright, but you obviously couldn't live with it like this if it was 100%. It's just the manual camera settings I've chosen. I've purposefully kept it quite dark so that you can see the difference in each one as a change from one light bulb to another. So it's just for the purposes of comparing them. It doesn't actually look this dark to the naked eye. So just thought I'd add that because I forgot to mention it when I was recording the headshots, and I'm doing this in post-production. So we'll hold it there. Carry on round. And again, we'll freeze it here. And the light meter is showing 97.6. Right, so those were the LAP ones that I bought from SCREWFIX, the ones I've had for 5 years. Let's have a look at the footage now from these, the ones I'm returning to Amazon. These are the LINKInd 600 lumen ones. So again, 100% on the dimmer. These are the LINKInd ones. So again, we'll freeze that there. We'll move around. And the light meter reading for these is 170, so definitely are brighter. So those were the LINKInd ones. Now, you saw the light meter reading in there. It went up, as expected, from 98, measuring the SCREWFIX ones, the LAP ones, to 170, because they are definitely brighter, these ones, than the LAP ones. So I was expecting that. But in this next bit, where I'm testing the ones I'm keeping, which are definitely brightest to the eyes, as I keep saying, and you'll see in the comparison, just check out the light meter on here. This is what I just can't understand. Okay, this is with the GY bulbs. You can see we're on 100% on the dimmer. And if we slowly pan around the room, and I'll take various sort of freeze frames to compare the two. So I'll line that shot up there and then carry on round. And we'll finish off with that area. But what is bamboozling me is the light meter reading for these is showing at 117, which is less than the ones that I'm sending back. So yeah, like I said there, I'm bamboozled. It's gone from 170 lux on the light meter for the ones I'm sending back, down to 117 for the ones I'm keeping, yet the ones I'm keeping are definitely brighter. So maybe somebody can explain that to me. I can't see it being anything to do with just a tiny 10-degree difference in beam angle. These are 110. The ones I'm keeping are 120. So there's not that much difference. And like I say, where I positioned that light meter isn't directly under one anyway. So I don't know. I don't care. I've had enough of the light meter measuring today. I thought I'd been making mistakes. I've done it 2 or 3 times and it's always the same. But you will see very, very soon how bright these ones are compared to these. So what I'll show you now is just 3 shots I took of the pointing the camera at the actual just one single light. Again, with the camera set on manual, and I'll label each video, and you will see they do go up in light intensity on this bit. So this is the LAP one from SCREWFIX that I've had in the shed for 5 years that I'm replacing. Like I said, they've been great, but don't go quite bright enough for some of the things I want. So take a look at that, and with exactly the same camera settings, this is the LINKInd one, the one I'll be sending back. Bit brighter obviously, but not massively brighter. And this is the GY one, and it just shows on this shot with exactly the same camera settings that it is much brighter than the LINKInd one. So we're going to finish off with this picture, and I think this is the one that demonstrates it the best. I've cropped in to the same bit of frame from each of the videos, and everything's at the same scale. I've not altered the lighting at all, the colour or the levels or anything. Everything's exactly the same, and you will see here how the ones I'm keeping are definitely showing things up and illuminating things better than the ones I'm taking back, no matter what the light meter says. So let's have a look at that now. So it's a bit easier to see on this still. I've cropped the same bit of the shed from each one, and everything's at exactly the same scale. But starting from the left, you can see the original LAP lamps. I've put that red arrow pointing to the best bit that shows it. There's a flower stuck in that stormtrooper's head. There's 2. There's a black one and a blue one. Now on the extreme left, you can just about make the black one out, but you can hardly see the blue one at all. And you can't on the middle one either for the LINKInd lamps. But the GY lamps, which are only 30 lumens more rated than the LINKInd lamps, you can easily make it out. You can also see the shadow from the fuse box thing, the isolation box at the top there, is much more prominent on the GY lamps, and just generally you can see more. So you can see not a vast amount of difference between the LAP lamps and the LINKInd lamps. You can see on the rows, on the top shelf, the extreme left, you can't even see the purple vase on the left, but you can just about see it appearing in the middle, but easily see it on the right. So that shows it as the eye sees it, really, because it is a much brighter from the GY lamps. So yeah, hopefully that has been of some use if you're contemplating getting some new lamps. Like I say, these are the ones I'm keeping. These are the ones that are going back, even though they weren't terrible. They were better than the existing ones. But even though, and I know I've repeated it a couple of times, but I would love if any of you experts in the comments can explain to me why these ones I'm keeping, which were clearly better and they showed more up on them still photos I showed, why they were giving a lower lumen output with the light meter on the floor than these. I would love to know why. And like I said, the spread is 120 compared to 110, so not a vast difference But yeah, that has baffled me. So hopefully it's been of some use. One thing I didn't say was that, yes, they do dim and they do not flicker at all. But if you dim it down between 0 and sort of 30%, it does nothing. So if you've got a rotary manual dimmer, you will find that the first bit of travel, it doesn't do anything. And then everything from the slightest intensity to full intensity is the last sort of 3/4 from like 30 to 100%. Now that didn't bother me too much because on my digital dimmer, I can just sort of program that to do it. You go up to 30 and you can call that 0. So I've got total control from totally off to the faintest dim right up to brightness, but that faintest dim does come about 30% into the travel of a normal knob. Happens quite often with LEDs. You don't get like 1% straight from one, but they're pretty good. If I sort of turn off this, I'll show you. I've turned off my extra light I use for filming these videos, and if I go Alexa, set dimmer to off.
Okay.
Right, so you can see there it's totally off. If I say Alexa, set dimmer to 5%.
Okay.
Nothing has happened. I can see, I'm looking up now. Don't know whether this is of any help. Let's have a look. There, that's the thing. You can just about see a bit of dim on 5%. Alexa, set dimmer to 10%.
Okay.
Still nothing, you see. Alexa, set dimmer to 15%.
Okay.
No, still see nothing. Alexa, set dimmer to 20%.
Okay.
Right, we're just coming on now, you can see it. But that's the very slightest of emissions. Alexa, set dimmer to 30%.
Okay.
And now we're getting brighter. Alexa, set dimmer to 40%.
Okay.
Alexa, set dimmer to 45%.
Okay.
And straight up to Alexa, set dimmer to 60%. She didn't hear me. Alexa, set dimmer to 60%.
Okay.
And right up to 100%. Alexa, set dimmer to 100%.
Okay.
Right, so we're up to full brightness. So, yeah, you've got all the dimming controls right down to the precise thing. So, and there is absolutely no flickering whatsoever, which is good. Some of these do flicker when they're on dim. So yeah, I would definitely recommend it. So once again, thanks for watching this one. I've got a few videos in the pipeline. As any of my regular viewers will have probably spotted, usually in the background is me Elegoo Neptune printer. But you can see there now, let's have a quick flick at that. As you can see, it's a fantastic X1 carbon, Bamboo Labs X1 carbon. But I'll be going into that in more detail in my next video. It's not going to be a full instruction on the video. There's much better ones than me to do that. But it's going to be a tutorial of how to make this, which is of very much some use for that. So that is to come. Also, the chair behind me is a beautiful top-class leather Lazy Boy recliner. I tried one out in CSL, was it, or whatever their agents are in the UK. 1,600 quid. It's a Lazy Boy Stratton recliner, and it was absolutely fantastic. But I couldn't afford 1,600 quid. And then I saw one on Marketplace for, I think it was 600 quid, less than a year old. And again, fell in love with it. It's absolutely fantastic. But just to protect the fantastic leather, I've put that cover on it. I'll be doing a full review on that cover and 2 lesser ones that I made a mistake of buying from Amazon that have been sent back to them already. Full review on that coming up. So stay tuned for that. If you have liked this video and it's been of some use, please give me a thumbs up. If it hasn't, give me a thumbs down. And if you haven't already subscribed, and again, a big thank you for everybody who has subscribed. My last video I made, which was about 3 weeks ago, I think, I was just coming up to 3,000 subscribers. I'm now at 3,080 subscribers. Thank you very, very, very much for that. Means a lot to me. So please keep these subscriptions coming. And if you haven't subscribed, please click the little picture of the shed here, and then click the little bell icon below, and you will be informed of any new updates. And I'll see you for the next video. If I haven't said it already, I can't remember if I had or not, any links I give to any Amazon items are affiliate links. So I do make a tiny bit of money if you click on that link and buy anything from that browsing session. It doesn't cost you a penny extra, but it helps keep this channel going, and a few pennies I get for that. So I thought I'd just add this now in case I didn't add it earlier. So once again, thanks very, very much for sticking to the end. It's only been, what, 20-25 minutes, which is tiny compared to my videos. But hopefully it's shown you everything you need to know. Thanks very much for watching. Catch you for the next one soon. Bye for now.